If you've ever dealt with seasonal allergies, you know the misery, the sneezing, the itchy eyes. The runny nose, it can feel like a relentless assault from nature itself. Back in the roaring 20s, people were just as desperate for relief as we are today. We've got antihistamines and nasal sprays, right? Our ancestors in 1925 were grappling with the same pollen-filled air, and one inventor came up with a solution that was, to put it mildly, a little over the top. It was a time of great innovation, with newfangled cars on the streets and jets in the air, but for those suffering from hay fever, the annual pollen bloom was a dreaded event. They needed a hero, a technological marvel to save them from their sniffly fate. What they got was something straight out of a low-budget science fiction movie. Enter the hay fever helmet. This wasn't some subtle, discreet device you could slip on without anyone noticing. Oh no. This was a statement. Picture a deep-sea diving helmet, but instead of being made of heavy brass, it was a large, transparent case that completely encased the wearer's head. This glass bubble was designed to create a personal, pollen-free zone, a safe haven for your sinuses. The helmet was connected by a flexible hose to a sophisticated-looking, suitcase-sized contraption that you had to lug around with you. This box was the heart of the operation, an air pump and filter system. It would suck in the polluted pollen-rich air from the outside world, scrub it clean, and then pump the purified air directly into the helmet, allowing the wearer to breathe freely without a single sneeze. In theory, it was a genius concept of personal, mobile, purified air environment. You could walk through a field of blooming ragweed and theoretically not feel a thing. The promotional images from the era show people nonchalantly wearing this device, while going about their day, as if having your head in a fishbowl was the height of fashion. Unfortunately, the reality of wearing the hay fever helmet was far less glamorous than the advertisements suggested. The first and most glaring flaw was the sheer, overwhelming sense of claustrophobia. Being sealed inside a glass box, completely cut off from the world, was a terrifying experience for most people. Your breath would fog up the inside, obscuring your vision and making you feel even more trapped. Then there was the issue of communication. The thick enclosure made it nearly impossible to hear anything from the outside world, and trying to speak to someone was equally futile. Your voice would just echo uselessly inside your own personal prison. Imagine trying to order a coffee or have a simple conversation while wearing this thing. It was socially isolating and incredibly impractical for, well, existing in society beyond the sensory deprivation. The entire apparatus was cumbersome and heavy. Dragging around a suitcase-sized air filter just to go for a walk was hardly a convenient solution. It was an invention that solved one problem by creating a dozen others, turning the simple act of breathing into a complex, isolating, and slightly frightening ordeal. Unsurprisingly, the hay fever helmet never really caught on and was quickly relegated to the Museum of Bizarre and Failed Inventions. If you enjoyed this look back at one of history's weirdest gadgets, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the strange and forgotten corners of the past. Thanks so much for tuning in.